Hello everybody and welcome to Quest Junkies, our first stream of the year for A Throne of Oak, a Humblewood adventure. Say hi guys.
Hey guys. Hello.
Hi guys.
Very pleased to be here with this wonderful group of players and wonderful viewers at home. I haven't streamed for over 2 months, so I'm a bit rusty, so you'll have to excuse me, but I'm very pleased to bring this new adventure to you all today. So let's get some little introductory stuff out of the way, because I am a professional streamer. I will not have anything said otherwise. Ignore me. Big thanks to my lovely players for agreeing to play today, and also big thanks to Sirenscape for their excellent usage of the platform in which they use, where you can have thousands of different ambiences, musics and sound effects, and on occasion even something like a Wilhelm scream like that.
Oh dear.
I mean, if that's not worth a subscription alone, then you should really reassess your life choices. You can see in the chat I have posted a link to Sirenscape. Go give them a chat. Give them a subscribe. Yeah, I know how to talk. I'm sorry, nervous.
You're fine.
It's been a while. Okay, so yeah, go do that. We also feature fantastic music today from folks such as Travis Savoy, Michael Gelfie, Hunter Rogerson, and Tabletop Audio, who are all fantastic creators. Please do give them some love, and if you need some music, so you know where to go for it. We're also gonna say thanks D&D Beyond, because we generated our characters with them. We have some fantastic humble folk for you to meet very shortly. And what I will say as well, which I kept forgetting before, if you look in the chat around about now, if you're a fan of Quest Junkies, the Rodania Chronicles, which is our flagship series on hiatus at the moment, you might be able to get some merchandise. Oh, yes, that's right, we have merch now. That is a thing that I did. So feel free to go on over there. And if you are a subscriber to QuestJunkiesUK, you do get a discount on all merch, which was a thing I didn't even know. So there you go.
That's cool.
It is pretty
That's cool.
Yeah, so
Inadvertent generosity.
absolutely. One last thing as well. I was only planning on doing this for Redania, but if we get a sudden influx of raids and followers and things, we have a subscriber initiative on this incentive on this channel. Every time we hit a sub goal, then our active campaign, our players will get a magic item. Not just a crap magic item, a decent magic item. So,
Ooh.
if you all have one of those,
Ahem.
I have one of
Yes,
those
please.
free Prime subs lying around that you're not doing anything with, feel free to throw it on all over. But yeah, we'll see if that comes to play or not. Depends on your generosity. We love you. Mwah. Right, with all that out of the way, we best get started on our adventure. So, welcome to Alderheart, the capital of the Humblewood, a gigantic tree in the middle of a forest, in which there is a city built within the branches, the roots, and inside is a fantastic community of little humble folk, creatures of woodland variety. And today happens to be the Festival of Heroes, which is a festival where heroes of the Humblewood, young and old, are celebrated with dance, song, copious amounts of drinking, and good old-fashioned fun. And it's at this festival today where our heroes find themselves attending for various reasons. They have not met previously. They have journeyed there for their own individual purposes. But sure enough, we begin our tale at the height of the festival. So, why don't we go ahead and meet our players for today? Let's start off with... do you know what? I'm going to roll for it. I'm going to roll to see who starts us off. Because why not? That is going to be Mr. QuestJunkiesUK. So if you'd like to tell us who you are playing, and how they are enjoying the festivities.
Hello everyone, wherever you are. I am John from QuestJunkiesUK, and it is a pleasure to be back here on QuestJunkiesUK, and a pleasure to be back in the Humblewood, of course. You know the way I am. I play a lot of D&D over on QuestJunkiesUK, and you can, yes, and it's always good to see all of you over there whenever we are playing, and it's a pleasure to be here today. Now, today I am playing Dak. I am a Raptor Marin, one of the Seahawk variety from the coast of Humblewood, out near Saltaire's Port. And I am playing the new class from MCDM, one Matt Colville, as I am playing his Beastheart class. And I shall not, although some of you have heard me talk about it already, I shall not mention what my companion is just yet. Although, as you look at Tadak, it is not evident at all. He is not accompanied by any creature from the appearance of things, as he strides through the crowd. A good deal taller than some of the Strigs and Gerbines and things are out, but still dwarfed by the Vulpins and Savans and those types of the Humblewood here. He, having worked the bar at Tequila Mockingbird in Salter's Port for quite some time, thank you, Dozy Gamer, for creating that bar in a one-shot roulette quite some time ago. He is very curious as to what kind of drinks and things are in vogue in the Alderheart, in the hub of the Humblewood at the moment. So he is strolling around the various concession stands and seeing what's on offer.
Fantastic. Thank you very, very much for that introduction. Next, we have Mason.
Hello. I'm Mason, and I'm playing Lucky, the Vulpin, who's a multi-class, both of the Arcane Trickster Rogue and the Wizards of Divination. So, and exploring about the festival, how Lucky's enjoying it is he's the one who very much loves games, so he's trying to convince everyone to join him in on some fun, with that is edged a little towards his side, as he would try to make it.
Fantastic. Next up, we have Scallops.
Hi everyone, I'm Scarlett Song from the College of Inspiration and from QuestJunkiesUK's Wild Beyond the Witchlight game, where I play Corey and Miss Cotta over in Arc Point on the college. So, the character that you see kind of stepping forward, looking round, pecking occasionally at the floor, mainly out of habit, on the hunt for crumbs. You see kind of this, you see a Luma, so one of the pigeon race, in a very dapper, dusty rose pink vest, little pocket square out the side, with a very fine feather that does not belong to them as their quill. Currently with a notebook that in backwards, in the reflection of any reflective surface, reads seeds. Currently taking notes as they are interviewing one of the many attendees of this event. Kinda. So, how are you enjoying it? Any crumbs?
Oh, there's lots of crumbs over here. Right, there's lots of crumbs over there. Mainly at the food aisles, really.
Oh, I meant information, but you know that works too. That works too.
I think there's an information kiosk just down the road. I don't know.
You say that they've organised themselves into a kiosk. Interesting. And they just sort of completely disregarding the person they've just been interviewing, just gonna start heading towards the information kiosk, and probably tripping over at least 2 or 3 tail feathers in the process. They are very, like, kind of not spatially aware, but there's this sort of gleam in their eyes as this very squeaky pigeon kind of makes like a as they kind of step through.
Wonderful. Okay, down to 2. Stephanie.
Hi guys, I'm Stephanie, and I am playing a Jerbeen Peacekeeper Cleric. And his name is Sugar Wrapped, and he is sitting on a bench right now, swinging his feet as he doesn't really touch the floor. This bench was clearly made for a Vulcan, but he got up there anyway, swinging his feet, and eating a fruit tart and watching people. He's a people watcher. He's smiling at the children who go by, having a good time. He's eyeing some less savory looking characters, and his tail comes up and scratches just behind his ear under his helmet, somewhere he couldn't even quite get his paw because it's so tight. And he has blue armor on that's plated, and he has just the top and the flanks go down the side of his thighs, but then his legs are completely exposed for the swiftness.
Amazing. And then last but not least, Josh.
Hello everyone, you probably know me from the QuestJunkiesUK channel where I run the Deadlands game, and I used to play in the Avernus game, and I currently play in the Rime of the Frostmaiden game. Today, I am playing Bartola. He is also a pigeon. He's a Luma sable, so he's wearing some kind of beat up robes that seem like they haven't gotten very much attention. And he has kind of unkempt furs just kind of poking out of various holes, and carries like a large, like gnarled wooden staff that seems to be covered in stuff that's growing on it, which is kind of gross. And he's spending his time going around trying to find people who are in need of immediate help, offering to help them before they can get a look at him, and then going, so many people have a really bad impression of lichen. They're actually really helpful. They're really important for the ecosystem. And basically talking whoever their ear off about the importance of less valued creatures of the forest.
Fantastic. Oh, there we go. Our brilliant troop of adventurers. Will they end up being heroes? Well, let's find out, because as the festival continues and you all make your way round various different attractions, foods, drinks, dancing, potentially some debauchery, but it's not looked upon favorably, so you have to go to some specific areas for that. But at one point towards the evening, as you all find yourselves clumped together, although not actually having met yet, you all hear a voice speak out. Aha! Yes! You five will do just nicely. And you all turn to see an owl folk dressed very regally, sort of gesturing out towards you all, and begins approaching you all. Yes, you five, you look like you will be just the people I'm looking for. Greetings, I am Montgomery Smythe, and I represent the mayor of Alderheart. Yes, do write that down, it's very important. Yes, I'm a very important man. Please, will you introduce yourselves brave warriors.
Begging your pardon, but we be not a 5.
And I don't have anything to write with. Can I borrow?
Right. So this is okay. This is the kind of people I'm dealing with. Nonetheless, no introductions are not required. I can see from the cut of your jibs, you are just the people I am looking for.
Now you be speaking my language.
Excellent. I'm glad the communication differentials are dealt with. My
You lost me again.
my feathered friend. So, I would have you accompany me to the mayor's office, as the mayor requires services from fine folks such as yourselves. Handsome pay, perhaps even a festival in your honor, should you be successful. Is this something which may interest you?
I've never been approached like this before. Sure, why not?
Cookie has swapped from the seeds one to the breads one at the mention of Mare. Brings out a notebook where the front cover looks like a loaf of bread, but it's not, and then flips it open to reveal like parchment pages that kind of look like toast, and it's like Mayor, handsome reward, and there are all of like there's this suspicious line of like reward, where are they funding this via taxpayer money, kind of like directly below that, and then swaps back. Anything you'd like to say to the people of the Alderheart Chronicle pages?
Yeah, we can discuss an official quote from the mayor upon succession of this specific task. If you would all like to accompany me, and he just turns around with a real swagger, and you see the tails of his jacket flapping as he does, and he leads you off towards the mayoral offices.
What do you think, Manny? A chance to maybe get away from all these people. Well, let's see what he's talking about, eh?
Yeah. Well, I'm in it for the coins, so might as well. And you'll see like a little like mage hand come through, and, like prestidigitation cigarette at the end.
I love it.
Smoke it.
I was done anyway. There's the rest of the tart that is entirely too large for him.
The crumbs.
Wait, I'll bends over, picks it up, and says, hey, you can have that.
You,
Sorry, I should have asked.
sorry, Josh, can we roll a contested athletics check, because Tadak's cloak also grabbed the tart.
Oh yeah, sure, let's roll it.
Go for it.
First roll. Let me pick up my bad
First roll.
dice. 17.
Oh dear. 14.
Sorry. So, Bartolin just reaches over. Whoop. Yep. Here you go. And just like some bugs just come out of the staff and just like devour it.
Takes out the notepad that says crumbs.
Oh no!
Bugs
They'll
and
eat the
cloaks
crumbs
eat
too.
tarts. No, it just says crumbs. It's not actually crumbs. You're fine.
Okay.
Cookie, by the way.
Oh, Bartolin.
The crest on like the squeaky pigeons, just like.
What? Yeah?
Report after all the hard crocodile.
Oh, I live in the forest. That's me. I live with these guys. And those.
Luma after my own heart. I prefer the forest myself.
Prefer the forest.
And what he's pointing at is like a small patch of mold that is growing on his jacket. I live with
As we're
them.
walking, Cookie has started to sketch that in the notebook. Except it's kind of got like a weird happy face that looks like a tawny frogmouth owl has just gone really widely.
Alright, so you head over to the mayoral offices and taken before the mayor, who is quite an elderly, also an owl folk, quite large and rotund, shall we say. Looks like he's not actually stood up from his mayoral chair in quite some time, several years perhaps. And oh yes, Montgomery, have you found the people we need? Montgomery steps forward with a bow and says, yes, I have found exactly the kinds of heroes that we need, my lord. And he just sort of looks off to some, like, guards at the side and says, I do wish he would shut up sometimes. And proceeds to spend the next solid minute standing himself up, and you hear bones creaking and cracking as he does. And oh, by the gods! This better be worth this. Yes, I am Mayor Alum. Yes, it is the same name twice. My family were not very bright. Welcome. Apologies for bringing you away from the festivities, but we have a crisis at hand, and I have been assured by Monty that you five possess the characteristics and capabilities for a rather secretive quest, if I may be so bold. But first, I will need you all to sign these waivers, and an assistant hangs out these bits of parchment. And then as you read through, it basically states that should you survive, you'll be rewarded thoroughly, is the term that's used. And should you not survive, then no worries, because you won't be able to divulge any of the secret information you're about to learn.
Joke's on you. I have message.
He does not know that. So you each get one of these to sign off.
As I sign it. Sorry.
Should we know the information of this quest before we sign this contract?
Well, if you decide not to do it, then we'd have to execute you, and the Festival of Heroes is not good for a public execution. Sort of goes against the principles.
Certainly
Public
not
execution made without permission of the peoples.
Certainly not when you've employed 5 potential heroes, is what you're hoping, I imagine.
But of course, yes, that's finally someone who speaks.
Generating bad press.
I approve of your enthusiasm. Now, please, if you would sign away, and we can get the ball rolling, so to speak.
Yeah. Bertolin just like dips his finger in some ink and signs with his little talon.
Is there evidence of their signature on any paperwork on their desk?
Make a quick perception check.
26, baby.
Ooh!
Yeah, you can easily pick out a very specific signature on several documents that you figure is.
I'd like to imitate that signature on this contract I'm signing.
Make a performance check. I'll give you advantage because this is, you are a professional in the writing area, shall we say?
22.
22. Flawlessly, with one single stroke of the quill, you perfectly encapsulate this signature.
Edited. Don't know my name.
So the assistant takes all the papers, oh, very good, very good. Now, what I'm about to tell you is classified top secret, and will change the very foundations of your basic understanding of Humblewood and its hierarchy over thousands of years. So, that is my warning to you. You're not going to put this in the paper, are you?
I signed the piece of paper.
Yes, quite good. Okay, so yes, I am the mayor of Alderheart and have been for several generations now. What the public do not know is that thousands of years ago, this was not the way things were. The old way was suppressed by the old regime. And the Humblewood did actually have its own royal family, with a royal palace situated in the root system beneath the Alderheart. Now, why would this be kept secret after all these years? Well, there was an event. You may have heard of it. Everyone seems to have their own tale about it. Piper's Malice. What would you say Piper's Malice is, to your understanding? As everyone's heard of it, but I'd like to see if anyone actually knows what it is. So if anyone would like to step forward. And...
I heard that someone of great importance had failed to give proper hospitality as was mandated, and the entire community suffered greatly, such as a disease or a plague, one could say. I think? Yes.
Well, this is not entirely correct. It's elements of it are somewhat accurate. But no, this is not correct. Would anyone else like to make a guess?
Yeah, that's entirely wrong. The way it goes is the palace cat, Piper, saw a man, and after a good amount of time, this esteemed guest that the cat saw, the cat decided that it didn't enjoy him and went after the man and stole the man's pipe. And unfortunately, that man was from a neighboring kingdom, wasn't he? And laid waste to the entire royal family. That's how it goes.
Fascinating.
What a bunch of hogwash. No, everybody knows that Piper was one of the nastiest pirates to ever scourge the coast of Humblewood. Everyone says it down in Sultan's Port all the time. There was no such thing as feared as Piper's Malice as his ship came slinking into port to pillage the poor humble folk in the perches around the coastal area.
What a bunch of scallywag rubbish.
Now. That's a bunch of malarkey. Piper's Malice is about that story, about that one trickster and charmer they nicknamed Piper, causing trouble all around. Let the town off to him, and then start haunting him like a ghost. And so they called it the Piper's Malice.
Nah, you're all wrong. Piper's ma had lice.
You know?
Now, how's that newsworthy?
Well, you'd be surprised at how quickly a single lice can carry a disease, which explains the plague.
The mayor looks
Quickly.
over at Monty and
Bartolin just kind of looks over quite quickly. Yeah.
the mayor looks over at Monty. Are you sure you didn't just bring me a bunch of fantasy novel writers? 'Cause this is what it sounds like. I mean, no offense to you all, but perhaps in retirement that is a career path you should pick up on. These are fascinating tales, though highly inaccurate. Now, allow me to tell you the story of Piper's Malice. Over 1,000 years ago, the royal family had a court jester. His name was Piper, and he was beloved by all the peoples of the Humblewood, most of all, the royal family, the king, the queen, and their 3 children. Now, unfortunately, one day, Piper took influence of some dark, demonic creature which we know frighteningly little. And on the day which was supposed to be the king's birthday, the celebrations were cut short as Piper unleashed a horrific incantation which he called his Malice. And the result of which was the entire throne room and the royal family inside were encased in an amber-like substance, frozen in time and place, unable to live or die.
Oh, you be wanting us to find this amber, get some kind of DNA sample and create a royal theme park of sorts.
I'm not going to lie, I kind of like the sound of that, but no, that's not entirely what it is. We know where it is. We know exactly where it is. For the last 1,000 years, we have kept it under watch, sealed away. The problem is, last night we sent a battalion of guards to investigate a strange sound coming from the palace. When they did not return this morning, we sent a fresh group of 3 guards who came back bloodied, beaten, and said the previous guards have been taken by the Malice. Now this is the first encounter in over 1,000 years. We fear Piper may have returned. So we wish someone to go and deal with it quietly.
Deal with it quietly.
Bit quieter than that.
Deal with it quietly.
Change what you're writing.
Nah.
You change the size of the letters?
This is the Not Seeds book, mate. You don't change anything in the Not Seeds book. You change it in the Crumbs book, not the Not Seeds book. Doesn't work like that.
Anyway, what was that, Jerbin? You were going to say something?
Well, if 3 of them came back bloody, then 5 of us should be fine.
I don't know, the first thing he said was battalion. That doesn't sound like much of a fair fight. There's only the 6 of us.
Yes, but you have the qualities of heroes, according to Monty. And he looks very sternly over at Monty, who's now beginning to sweat a little bit. Possibly thinking he might have been a bit overzealous with his choices. I'm sure they will prove my intuition correct and will save the whole Humblewood, and then the following Festival of Heroes we shall be singing songs of them.
Yeah, but I if it's all top secret, how will we be the heroes? Because it'll all be top secret.
Because if we restore the family and the palace, then the royals can retake their place at the height of Humblewood, and we will have no reason to keep it secret anymore.
Oh, okay, got it.
The true regality and honor of the Humblewood folk will be restored.
So it's only a secret if we die.
Yes.
It won't tell us all.
Right. We all die eventually. I just might be today.
Well,
too.
Your Mayorship, I think we'll be able to get to the root of this problem, and we'll sort it all out for you.
He sort of clicks his fingers, and a young hedge girl approaches. This is your guide for the adventure. She will take you as far as she can, but she will not take you the whole way. It's quite dangerous. She looks very timid. And doesn't really say anything, but sort of bows to you all.
If we're able to defeat whatever danger is lurking down in the palace, how are we to restore the family from this amber?
Well, I don't know. I'm not a hero. I'm a mayor. I'm good at sitting down and giving orders. I will leave that for you to figure out.
I do have one more question. Do you know why Piper was mad?
We know very little. Just the tales of the people who knew him at the time were that he had come under some sort of dark influence.
Definitely not like him then.
Dak looks down at the Jerbean and looks at the kind of holy insignia on their armor. The armored?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He's like, well, if indeed this Piper has got some demonic possession, then having some of the holy folk with us will surely steer us straight.
Here to be of service.
Return in peace to the Humblewood.
Doing my utmost.
Well, the two of us have got your back. Hey, Mary.
Sugar looks around like, all right, okay, can't find the friend he's talking to.
I can't speak to those three, but the two of us they're right there with you. Don't you worry.
Oh,
I'm here for the story.
We also have your back and stuff.
Wait, the five of us. Lead on.
There's much more than 5.
I have my own back. Yeah, fungus, I imagine. A lot of... Okay. Alright.
And insects.
Completely ignored him. Turns to the little hedge girl and it's like, Arlene, what's your name?
Oh, it's a pleasure to meet you. My name is T.
Tea and cookies. Right. Let's go ahead or tea and cookies and sugar. It's perfect. If you could leave.
I'm hungry now.
Sorry.
Ow.
If you could lead
Okay, so-
all.
I have a small roll that I took off the floor. Grab?
Thank you. If you'd like to
Sorry.
follow me. And she starts walking out of the offices.
Sorry about that.
No, I was just gonna say if she could take all 18 of us, 25, 102 to.
You're in the right ballpark.
Thank you. To the Malice, as it were.
Right, you all band together and head off following T, the little hedge girl. She leads you out of the back of the mayor's office, out of Alderheart, and you come to a gateway which has guards posted at it, and they nod and open the gate, and you all step through. And the path takes you deep within the root system of the Alderheart itself. And as the sounds of the festival get quieter and quieter in the background, you are on the road towards the palace. So, go ahead.
Before we entered, if possible, I really would have liked Cookie to contact their boss at the paper. Just be like, and to quote, like, just bring out just a couple of key quotes from an interview with the mayor. And mayor's job is to sit on his ass and give orders. Like, just like the most damning pieces of just, it's like, we'll have more to report later. Hopefully we'll live. Cookie.
Okay.
Essentially by the end.
Is this one they can reply to? Can they reply to this message?
It is, yes. They can reply to this message.
Hot damn, that's pure gold! Give me more, as much as you can get. There's a raise coming for you.
Nice.
That kind of frowns at this. Manny, let's be careful not to say anything that could be taken out of context.
No. I don't go after people who don't deserve it. I'm on the hunt for crumbs, mate. You good?
Do you want more pictures of Spider-Man? I have.
Oh, pictures of Spider-Man. Gee willikers. Every reference.
That means he is the Spider-Man.
It's a kind of ill-fitting costume.
Oh boy. Right. So, continuing on down the road, it's quite a spiraling path down this very large, like, route that spirals in and out, and continually going downwards. And there's sort of torches that sort of light the way. At some point throughout the journey, the torches are no longer lit as you continue on. And at this point, T stops and says, "Right, this is as far as I go. It can be a little dangerous further down the road, but it's pretty much just a straight road to the palace. So, I wish you well, brave heroes. I hope that you're all successful and you can come back and be celebrated. I hope when I grow up, I can be a brave hero too, just like you guys." And you see it like starts to tear up, and she wipes a little tear away.
Thanks very much, T.
Before.
Safe journey home.
Oh,
It's just disgusting.
I'll be alright. My family says that my ancestors always watch me. Yeah, I was descended from a great hero, you know.
We really must be on our way. Sorry.
That's fine, but you know.
The first step to being a good hero is to make sure you can grow up to be one. So scurry home, be safe.
You know,
And
that's
Stephanie, you can't go around encouraging hedges to survive. Come on.
Stop it! Don't say that!
Oh my god.
Well, thank you. You sound like my mum. She always tells me about that years and years, hundreds and hundreds of years ago, that one of our ancestors took the hero's path. And they even named me after her. It's T, short for Tarina. Tarina the Wise, the Kind. I've not got my title yet, but someday. But yes, brave luck, heroes! Turns and scurries off.
At you, devil!
Time jump confirmed.
Had to do it. Inside joke, guys.
Yeah.
Right. So, with that slight heartbreak out of the way, can I get a marching order for you guys? Hey, thank you for the subscription! GTG Vicky.
Hey, Vicky. Tadak will go forward and he lights a torch and then unslings a giant, mildly glowing, just a little blue fuzz around the edge, great axe, which he proceeds to grab in both hands, but the torch is still there next to him. And you see that like a tendril of the cloak is just wrapped around the torch and is just holding it next to him. He's like, right then. Let's get to our heroicing.
Useful friend.
Oi! With me since I was a chick.
So, marching order with Tadak at the front.
I think I'll go center.
Okay.
I'm in the back.
I'll go right if Scarlet's going center, I'll go second.
Okay.
Sugar cookie.
I'll be
Yes.
in
I love it.
spot 4.
So what we need is like a lucky sugar cookie being like an ultra try attack.
Well, Lucky, what's your name?
Say again, Josh?
I said Lucky was your name?
Let's hope so.
Yeah. It's about the only name you're gonna get from me.
Oh. How do you feel about fungus?
Fungus.
Depends if you're a fun Gus, I guess.
And that's you get like all too completely uninteresting rambling about fungus for the first 5 or 10 minutes of the walk.
I was like, continue. Hey, anyone want to trade spots with me?
Lucky looks like a fun guy, but I don't know if that's his.
Never mind, I'm fine right here.
Oh, I'm sorry. Are you not interested in fungus? I can talk about like millipedes and centipedes and.
What do you know about weevils?
You two are on opposite ends of the road is the best part, so you're probably shouting this conversation.
It's okay. It's over a Jerbean's head. It's fine.
I think Cookie looks at Sugar and just like,
Yeah, Sugar is gonna turn towards Cookie and be like, "Are you writing all this down? It's really good stuff." Like being sarcastic.
like probably made a note if like millipede poisons were mentioned and was like,
You know, most people don't really respect the fact that lichen are an important part of the ecosystem. I mean, everything dies and it all has to decompose eventually, and it's an important part of how the entire ecosystem it continues.
Ain't got nothing on a good bed of kelp.
I mean, that's a good point. However, like, you have to go to the ocean for kelp, but like, and then. Who wants to like in the forest atmosphere? There's so many things that help with decomposition.
while this is going on, can I
as we walk forward,
can I peer out for movement of any kind?
Go ahead and make a perception check.
Yes, I would also like to be looking ahead down the tunnel that we're traveling.
Yeah, we can
Bloody 20.
we'll have a group
Nice.
perception check. So,
All right.
Oh,
I like it.
a 20. Mine's gonna be
Mine didn't land.
21.
Didn't land right.
Bloody 20.
8, and that's a natural one if you wanted that.
okay, good to know.
22.
22.
And got
Is
12.
Lucky gonna be lucky? 12.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're very distracted, to be fair. Just like wave off axe.
I still got 21 despite the conversation.
I mean, like, fire is good too. I'm glad that you're smoking because fire and smoke are also really
Or shut your trap, otherwise it'll fumigate you.
Okay.
Fumigate, yeah.
I hadn't considered that. That is actually a. Yeah. Well, I mean, lichen can't go anywhere.
So, Cookie, Sugar, and Tadak. You don't hear anything, but you do get this overwhelming feeling that you're being watched. Not just watched, like tracked. You sort of look off to the side and you feel like somewhere within the roots, something's there. Not getting closer, but maintaining a distance. But it's a very strong feeling that you get.
I'm gonna draw my rapier and stay alert.
Okay.
Do I know the rough location of it?
It's sort of off to the side, maybe 150, 200 feet away. It's quite a distance, but it's
Okay.
definitely, you get this feeling.
If I get within 60 feet, I might dab out a vicious mockery if they can hear me.
Okay. At the moment, it seems to be maintaining the distance. But
Is it behind or in front?
sort of just ahead, but off to the side. As you continue down the path, it seems to follow the same sort of direction.
The rest of you have gotten very quiet.
Yeah, most would deduct that that's for a reason. And like looks behind with such an eye.
Sorry, my
Such
friends
a
are usually
dad's
quiet.
eye.
I'm gonna use prestidigitation
Okay.
in your direction to quiet. In your direction, the Trollin. Am I getting that right?
That's right, yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna use prestidigitation to very quickly create a minor small mark of two eyes kind of just staring in your direction and then gesture that way.
How close is it?
And again 300 question mark.
Okay.
Jack is going to grip his axe tighter and look around. He's like, "Oh, we feel you, you bastard. And we're ready and waiting." And I'm going to use my racial ability, Patient, and ready an attack for in case anything comes at us out of the walls, which will give me advantage on my attack as it is a readied action.
Okay.
And as he says, "We are ready for you," his cloak just bristles.
Cool. So, feeling a bit more alert, you continue on down the path, keeping aware of this presence that you feel off in the distance. It continues to maintain distance for such time. And up ahead you start to see the glimpses of a structure of some sort, and as you get closer, that presence seems to veer off and away until you can't feel it anymore, but heading away from you. And as you get closer, you realise you are now approaching the ruins of what was once the Humblewood Royal Palace. And it looks wonderful. It looks like a beautiful piece of architecture that's just almost frozen in time. And you sort of feel out, and it's empty. There's no signs of anyone being here for quite some time. But as you approach, you sort of enter the side that was once the royal gardens, and the plant life is still blooming, but it's very overgrown. But yes, one of you looks very, very happy seeing this garden.
This place is decaying, you could say. I find it to be quite fascinating.
I think that Cookie shares that look again with Sugar.
Yeah.
Just
I don't have Twitch up, so I don't know where you are next to me, but I'm like.
Okay.
Just not a withering look, because that would give you too much satisfaction. Just enough of a look.
I don't enjoy humiliation. I enjoy watching natural processes. They're very different. Words hurt.
Got your joke.
Thank you. It was a joke. Withering. There was a badumsus there.
Hang on, I could do that in Sirenscape, I just realised. Hang on. There we go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Joys of having been in your campaign.
How would you wish to proceed?
Tadax is in front, yeah?
Yeah, but he turns to you and he's like, "So what do you think, cleric? Is your Holy One giving you any sense of any evil nearby?"
And don't know that I have detect good and evil. I do not. Not any more than you. That's not what I've been bestowed with to sense these things. But if I had to guess, as a regular person, I think I can say that there's probably significant malice, given everything we know, and the look of this overgrown place. And then turns back towards the back of the line and is like, though an overgrown place is not necessarily indicative of evilness or malice.
Well, everyone's being really careful about the words around the reporter.
That was more for, I'm gonna pronounce it wrong, Josh.
Patrolling.
Patrolling.
I'd like to think that like Cookie has been like noting occasional dialogue, but mainly just key phrases and like factoids and stuff that would actually be useful in whatever report ends up coming from this. Was watched. Something creepy. Don't insult overgrown nature. It's just doing its thing. Like
Telegraphic reporting.
Stop.
Speaking of overgrown nature, the mayor told us that this has been like 1,000 years. Does this, like, over 1,000 years, you'd expect things to be a little bit more than overgrown, right? Does it seem like it's like a little bit not enough? Like it should be like crumbling, but it still looks magnificent. It hasn't aged enough.
Go ahead and make a
Is that kind of the feeling that I'd get? I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
Go ahead and make a nature check.
Okay. Intelligence.
I so badly want this group to be a full campaign, because this is magic right now. Might I say? So fantastic, I love it.
It's a 15.
15. Okay. I mean, there is very little in the universe that you know about less than nature. More than nature. Sorry, words escape me.
People is the thing I know.
Yes. You would expect that this would be overgrown to the point where you wouldn't even be able to access it. So it does strike you as a bit odd.
Something is preventing the natural forces that would have otherwise destroyed this entire region. It should be gone. Just something to think about.
Destroyed the entire region?
You can quote me on that one. Destruction expert. You can write.
Is that your Twitter handle?
It is at destruction expert.
Destruction expert. It's just all of your pictures on your Instagram are just pictures of lichen and fungus. Like, met this cutie today. Oh my god.
Verified and everything.
Josh, you should definitely do that. I feel like that would actually take off.
It might actually.
Josh, you should do that.
Yeah, I can already see like the BuzzFeed articles about it.
Very clever name. Very, perfect.
All right, so what's the plan, my friends?
There's no presence around anymore, right?
Not that you can sense, no.
Okay.
Through the front door? Or a window?
There is an
Is there?
entryway from the gardens ahead of you, and it is open.
Do we see signs of blood? Or any sort of, like, mangled, corpsey, bijiggy wigs from, like, the death and destruction of the Goblin Camp?
From where you're standing, nothing sort of catches your eye.
That's a shame. Alright. Cookie's gonna follow after the dude with the axe. Cookie's not strong.
Okay.
Let's go in the front door. Yeah, good idea.
So you're gonna head inside. Are you heading stealthily, or are you barging in?
I mean, I advise stealth always, but...
Hell. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna sneak. Yeah.
Okay.
Do we want like lots of bugs kind of stealth? That's not stealth.
All right. Let's have a
That's-
group stealth check from everybody.
That's 6.
I also
Two
Before
sixes.
we go in, oh wait, actually, I don't. No, never mind. I'm not. Oh, we're level 5, right?
Mhm.
Got 8.
No, I'm not gonna do that then. Never mind.
You're making my day, guys. Come on. We got 6 and 6 and 8.
Oh,
6,
oh my
8.
god.
11.
I'm on fire tonight. Jeez Louise. 22.
22.
Do you see this cookie? This type of
You
fungus,
don't see this cookie.
it only grows in caves. And I spend most of my time above ground, examining various kinds of mosses.
I told you to keep your voice down.
I like the idea
He says
that you
way too
turn
loud.
the cookie. I like the idea that you turn the cookie, but you can't see Cookie at all. Like,
Yeah.
Cookie is just like basically trailing after the shadow of Tiduk.
He did not
Just
look in
like-
your direction. He was looking at the moss the entire time. He just said your name.
I'm going to cast Aid, and given my stealth check, I'm going to turn around and be like, "Wait, guys!" and yell really loud as I do it. So 3 people. I'm gonna choose everyone but the bard. I'm sorry, Cookie.
It's okay.
And
We're good.
you all get a 5-point increase to your current hit point maximum,
Nice.
Very good.
Okay.
and it lasts for 8 hours.
So it's a 5-point increase to our maximum.
And do we go
Not
to that
10 HP.
level as well?
Say again?
Do we gain those hit points? I think so. So I just
Yeah,
edited my
I
I just
believe
edited
so.
my D&D sheet, and when you
Yeah.
increase
Increases.
HP modifier, it increases you to max. So just automatically. So I assume that's part of the equation.
Yes, and actually, it's gonna be 10 because I'm gonna cast it at 3rd level.
Ooh.
So everyone gets a 10 hit point increase, except for
Oh,
me.
the squishy barb. All right.
Oh,
and
You are
said-
actually squishy. I'm so sorry. You're right. I
It's okay.
was
It's too
thinking
late.
more of people who would be
being
directly
done.
involved in the fight. No, I'm
being
apologizing, but I'm not trying to retroactively do anything.
Good. It's funnier, honestly, that you think that they need the help, but I don't.
It was her intention. However, she turned around and just couldn't see you.
It's true. It's true.
Yeah.
I was in the middle. I was behind the dude with the axe.
I like it.
That's fair.
So, an extra 10 hit points. Ooh, I can hit you harder now. That's fine. So,
Please don't hit me harder.
I thought I had logic, and I'm very disappointed in myself that I actually didn't.
continuing on, what you assume is
yeah.
stealthily, but it's not massively stealthy. Some more than others, shall we say.
Really enjoy these cave flanking.
As you continue through the corridors, you do now start to see signs of a struggle. Furniture is broken, and you see your first glimpse of this chunk of something. As you look, it's mostly transparent, but just slightly, just ever so slightly opaque. This substance, when you touch it, it's absolutely rock solid, and you start to see more and more of it as you continue down this corridor.
May I cast Identify?
You may cast Identify, yes. Are you taking the full 10 minutes to ritual cast it, or?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
We're in enemy territory. Cook is a spooked burp.
Okay, so after taking the minute to cast this spell, you identify this as being Malice in its finite form. The sort of substance that was mentioned about allegedly containing most of the throne room and the royal family inside of it.
What does it smell like?
Give me a smell check. Give me a perception check.
Natural 1.
Natural 1. Okay.
I think I huff and it goes straight up my nostrils and I sneeze. Just like, and then when it happens, the crest on the squeaky pigeons just like up like a flag. And if you couldn't see them before, it's just like do 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 do.
Okay. That was much better than what I was going to suggest. Make a Constitution saving throw for me.
Sweet. My favorite. Let's go. Is this against poison?
No.
Okay. 10.
10. As you sort of recover from that, it seems to really burn at your nostrils quite horrendously, but you manage to just shake off whatever was about to follow that.
Don't huff the rock. Bad idea.
Is that?
That's the best headline.
Like,
I've heard today.
like this is in a hushed tone, but like post sneeze, so the crest on the squeaky pigeon's just like, and like as it settles back down, it's just, don't huff rocks. Bad idea. No, it's writing down don't huff rocks. God, it's like whiskey up the nostrils.
Your report is,
Also-
you like finding answers to your questions, huh?
I track down crumbs. It's the job. Maybe one day I'll get an answer.
Here, smell this. He holds
I'm good. I'm good for now. Maybe in a minute. But be careful of this stuff. It ain't. It's certainly more spicy.
He
You
puts
see,
the
folk, no
fungus
caution when it
back in
comes
his
to
pocket.
grown-up.
Nah. Fireballs I can deal with. Things on fire I can deal with. This is a different kind of spice. It's angry.
You tell me something, Cookie. You ever left the Alderheart?
Once. I was a lot smaller, a lot dumber, and I was on the hunt for something else.
You be watchful for things lying about the place. There's all sorts of dangers, especially down here in the roots of things.
I find that going down to the root of things is kind of part of my job description, so.
The root of the Humblewoods compared to the roots of the humble folk be a very different kettle of fish.
I thought they were roots. Oh wait, kettle of fish is a metaphor. I'm sorry. That spice rock really did a number of my nostrils.
You really should.
Unless you've got one, I'll gladly accept a kettle of fish right now, but
I can make it smell like a kettle of fish. Would you like that?
I'll just get homesick.
Okay. Just let me know if you ever need it.
Come on, Manny, let's go.
So, you continuing on? Okay.
I think more cautiously than before on Cookie's part. Especially because does it feel like that the rocks have just gone like it's they're centered and they've exploded outwards?
It kind of seems that way at first glance, yeah. Like the further down this corridor you go, the more build-up of this substance seems to be.
I think Cookie's gonna take their neckerchief, hence why I'm wearing one, and like lightly put it around their beaks so they don't inhale anything else.
Okay.
Have I ever seen anything like it?
Make a history check.
18?
18. You've seen a lot of very, very similar kinds of minerals and like petrified substances and things like that. This is not like anything you've encountered previously. It has elements that are similar, but there is something particularly unique about this.
Does it look like? Does it look natural? Does it look like extra planar or?
It looks natural in, like, for the most part, I would say.
Who? The sugar was right behind me, right?
Did Cookie step in front of me? That's how I interpreted. Yeah.
Okay.
Cookie's right
Cookies in front of Sugar.
Yeah. Okay. With your keen ear for things and being so close, you hear Tadak talking as if to himself. He's like, "This is it, Manny. You heard what the mayor said. There's a demon. This must be the one they want us to find and kill."
Demon want us to find and kill.
Maybe this will be enough. Pay off our debt and we can get out from Lord Oxrion's clutches.
Lord Oxrion's clutches.
You've been law,
Just like
law
quietly
dropping on
taking
my
notes.
channel. I like it. So,
Lucky, every approximately every minute as we walk along, you feel just a little tap on your back. Just keep moving. What you may not be aware of is that he is casting resistance every minute to make sure that.
Oh,
That's the sweetest shit ever.
Ah!
amazing.
Meanwhile, Lucky's like, "Oh my freaking goodness!"
oh like, no, Lucky's for sure like, oh, come on, not again. Like,
I know my code's divine, darling, but still.
So, after maybe 5-10 minutes or so, this corridor leads you to a set of double doors. Now, at this point, the Malice substance has pretty much encased most of the walls and the roof. The door remains untouched, and it's quite sort of like a fine old-fashioned door, and it remains ahead of you, closed.
I will see if it's trapped.
Okay, check for traps.
Perception?
I've never done one of these before, so I don't know. I think
Can I assist in any way?
Sure.
Okay, so with advantage?
Yeah. Or you can both roll, it's up to you.
I'll be like over the side. Damn.
What was that total?
24.
24, okay. It's not trapped, but it is locked.
Never been much use at dealing with these things unless you just want me to go through it.
nah, don't worry about it. I can take care of it for you. And
I bet you can.
he'll snap his fingers and little mage hand will appear. And it's gonna go right up to the door and start like picking at the lock.
I don't know why,
You
but
watch
part
carefully,
of me,
Manny, and see if you can pick something up.
part of me is just imagining Lucky as like a West Side Story character. And now I can't get that image out of my head.
Oh, that's so good.
Snaps. The coif of hair as well. Oh,
Every
Yes.
now and then takes out the comb. Like.
Humblewood
Now that's
needs a
fun,
shark folk.
just. What was it? The sharks? It was the sharks and the other one. What was the other one?
Jets.
That's right.
We have several jets here.
You're a jet.
Oh, that's true.
Do we?
Not several, a couple.
So
Okay.
that means
What?
you're a shark.
Me and
One? Oh, that's right.
Watashi mo.
as was many a moon ago.
So, you attempt to
Steph and
unlock
I
the
were-
door.
Yes.
Hey, Kyle.
Got... For the roll, I got 19.
19. Showing a finesse that up till now the group has not really seen. Within seconds, you hear that as the door unlocks.
Nicely done.
Should have made a bet on that.
What would you bet?
What are you willing to spend?
Like a beetle? I can give you a beetle.
That's not common currency.
You're not getting
I
out
only
of
got
my
info,
grub
mate.
ration. This is mine.
If
I
I
only
take
got
that
info,
beetle,
mate.
am I gonna
Beetle?
receive information about this beetle?
Not from me. I suppose if you poke patrolling.
Patrolling.
I keep wanting to call you Batty, and I know that's not right.
Do it!
He's from.
You see
he
patrol,
spends
then-
90% of his time by himself. You could call him anything.
Alright, it's just like, I suppose you could ask Batty with the stick there. Probably knows more about beetles than I ever would.
Don't get him started. Come on, let's go.
This one's name is Alexander.
He's not Alexander.
Mane, please. You just see two parts of the shoulder of the cloak just like rise up and just cover his Tadax ears. Like a popped collar.
Okay, so the door is unlocked. How do you wish to
I will-
proceed?
Turn the handle and push it open with the axe.
Okay,
And peer through.
the door opens. And as you peer through, you see it is a large chamber and a massive, almost wall of Malice at the far back of the room.
Is the royal family encased in it?
You cannot see from the doorway.
I would like to
Go
make
on.
a check behind us. Has anyone followed us in?
Make a perception check.
19.
19? Not that you can tell.
Okay.
I'll give the room a scout out as we step in through over the threshold.
Okay. So, one by one, you all step in, and sure enough, it doesn't take you long to realise that this is indeed the throne room. And you see that the Malice coats the entirety of the roof. And not the whole of the walls, but a great portion of it, but the entire back room is just a solid structure of this Malice. And you look, as you get closer, you can start to see through it. You can see that there is indeed steps leading up to a throne of oak. I said it! I said the thing!
Did the line! Title drop! Credits!
There it is. We can go home.
And around the throne, you can see 5 silhouetted figures, cowering, seemingly in fear, clung onto the throne.
Clung to
So
the
do I-
throne.
Yeah, clinging onto it, sort of like cowering.
So do I
behind.
just dig him out?
Well, there's the issue of the
Where are they looking?
Where are they looking? Just ahead.
Just a head towards us, or a head
Yeah.
up, or like
Ahead,
in the room?
ahead towards where you are.
Was the throne? I suppose we wouldn't know. Wasn't it the throne was rumored to have any protective properties, and they're clinging into it for that reason?
Not that you are aware of.
We've been seeing this amber stuff everywhere. You can expect what's causing it to be around, yeah?
I hope so.
Hope so? You want to become
We
like one
can
of
deal
them?
with it. We can deal with it and get back to the ocean.
Fair, but we don't even know what we're dealing with.
As you get closer, as I'm aware of what time it is, you jump at the sound of laughter as the wind seems to pick up, an unnatural wind in this underground space. And voices on the wind which evolve into this laughter. You then start to hear a voice quite loud and booming. It's been a long time since I've had visitors. Come to claim your prize, have you? And you look up and you see there is a slight crack in the Malice, and from it you see what looks like a Malice puddle begin to work its way through this crack and then drops down to the floor in front of where the throne is and starts to build up into a humanoid figure. It takes the form of a human male dressed in very old-fashioned regal clothing, golden skin, clear white eyes, and a meticulously evil grin. Sort of shakes himself off. You are addressing Piper, Lord of the Underwood and Keeper of the King of Old. You shall give your lives willingly, or I shall take them by force. And he whips his arms back, and his arms seem to lose their humanoid form and become almost like pseudopod in sort of structure.
Nasty.
Let's go ahead and roll some initiative.
Alright, it's...
As
Come on, come on, come on, come on. Gosh.
So, what do we got? A 5 for patrolling?
I would like to use my fated.
Fated, yep.
Yep. So to reroll that wait, actually, attack skill check saving throw. That's not initiative, is it? Is it?
No, it's not, I'm afraid.
No.
Okay, cool. We're good. No worries.
Okay, so we've got a 4 and a 5.
11.
11.
19.
19.
Alright, John, you said you had a nice initiative score. Surely he
Yeah,
rolled
but-
2.
I rolled really badly, so I only got 17.
Oh. And what's your bonus again?
How
Plus
sad.
8. I got a 9.
Whoa!
Dang. Nicely done.
Alright.
I like to think as soon as Piper revealed himself, I mean, like, see, I'm the closest. His name, it's a dude named Piper.
It's like, pay up, everyone. Like, chucks a crumb.
Excuse me, but it's a well-loved pet of the royal family. I think I'm the closest.
Touche,
So-
touche.
Kicking things
If you see any
off.
bugs, I feel like I win.
Kicking things off at the top of initiative, we have Lucky. What would you like to do? So
Okay.
just to sort of set the scene, you're about maybe 30 feet away from where Piper is. And he's sort of at the ready.
Okay. So, what's... as Lucky gets ready, he's like, alright, might as well kick things off, and he'll flip a coin in the air with his mage hand into his hand, catch it, and light it on fire, and cast Firebolt as he flings the coin directly at Piper.
Alright.
Ooh, lovely. Absolutely lovely.
And that's going to be 26 to hit.
26 to hit. Your firebolt lurches forward and encapsulates. And seemingly has no effect.
Well, anyone else wants to take a lucky shot? And he will bonus action, stay in place, and just use the dodge action. Or with, oh wait, not with cunning action. You can't do that. My bad.
Okay.
Bonus action.
If you're a rogue,
He's
disengage us, right?
Yeah, not close. So I will just end it today.
No worries. That brings us to Tedak.
Tedak. It seems like that strange wind that's blown up from nowhere just really caught hold of his cloak because it's just like billowing up behind him almost excitedly, and he just goes charging forward. And as he does so, he lets go of the axe with one hand, grabs the cloak and just flings it in front of him. And as it goes sailing through the air, it just grows legs out the bottom, and two also pseudopods just come running up as his mimic companion reveals itself in its entirety.
Yes!
Have at it, Manny, have at it! And just goes scuttling across the floor towards, and Tedak charges in. I rolled a 3 for the mimic's ferocity, which I get an extra +1 at the moment, so it has 4 ferocity. So I charge forward, and I'm using that patiently prepared attack to go with my great axe.
Okay.
That is going to be a natural 2 natural 20s.
2 natural 20s.
No, we do snake eyes on our
Jazz
end of things.
hands at that.
Is 2 20s anything?
Okay. First off, I am absolutely thrilled for you. That's 2 natural 20s.
Uh-huh.
However,
So, what weapon are you using?
Great axe. +1
Okay.
great axe.
So, as you strike Piper with your +1 great axe, it seems to rebound off his form.
oh, Mimi.
Now, Tedak, you've heard of a creature like this just once before, a story in a saloon somewhere. A creature that gets stronger the harder it is hit. A creature known as an Oozblek. Now, mechanically speaking,
It's like Tedak looks at his skills. He's like, "I'll be going home. You good luck, the rest of you."
mechanically speaking, what this means is that in order to damage this creature, you have to hit below his AC. And a natural 20.
Well, screw me then. 2 natural 20s, no
And
less.
a natural 20 and a natural 1 switch places. So if you want to crit, you've got to hit a nat 1.
Ooh, nice.
So Snake Eyes would have been a double crit.
It would indeed.
Okay. So nothing happens.
So your great axe rebounds off. Like, surprisingly, it takes
We're
you by
all like,
complete surprise. And he just
That was such a good
smiles.
shot.
Let's see.
No great axes.
So it's up to you whether or not you want to convey that information to the group as it strikes you.
Okay, so yeah, once I that hit, confers to me what it is like, pull your punches, folks. This one gets hurt the worse you do. But we found you. Don't think the 9 hells are going to let you escape down here under this tree where you've been hiding. And he's like, Manny, get it! And the mimic goes charging forward and uses Sorry, just thinking here. Okay, yes, it's going to go with its signature attack.
Okay.
Which is a bite, so the cloak rears up and a big maw on the front goes, just tries to chomp into it. Almost unwillingly, trying to do as worse as possible.
This is the adventure where you have to pick your worst dice.
But I've been rolling really well.
Okay.
No.
16?
A 16.
I made a non-combat character. I didn't know it was going to be so useful today.
A 16 does hit.
Yay!
As there is a slight crack in the form, you do succeed in hitting. Go ahead and roll damage.
Okay, I get an extra damage dice at this level. It is gonna be 11 piercing.
11. Excellent.
And he's like, there you go, Manny. Give him one from the 9 hells from us. And where Manny's teeth sink in, there is a waft of brimstone, and each of the teeth marks is burning with hellfire as Manny causes a hellish wound, which is going to give him a d10 damage at the start of every one of his turns.
Excellent.
Oh, that's nice. Oh, I like that.
All right. Anything else, or is that your end of your turn?
All done.
All right, that brings us to
bonus action
Cookie.
was to tell Manny.
Right, Cookie, you're up.
Oh, it's me? Actually?
you.
Alright.
Actually,
Well, firstly, I'm a bardic inspiration with my bonus action to the dude with the axe, because, oh lordy, do we look like he need it. And then following that...
I don't want inspiration. No, but we make it better. Unless I can minus it. Can I minus it?
I look at the jester figure, and go, really, I expected you to be a bit crazier, and I'd like to cast Crown of Madness.
okay. Crown of Madness. How does that work?
So, one humanoid of your choice you can see within range must succeed a wisdom saving throw. The DC is 14.
Okay. That's a 14 on the dice, so...
No!
That'll be 16.
Curses. Alright, well that's... Ooh, okay, no, I can't do that. Alright. That was my move, because I was going to... What I wanted to do was, like... It's fine. It doesn't work. I said it's like, I think like little crowns that look like a crown of thorns starts to like weave itself around with like, but inside the thorns are little bird beaks that look like they're like nipping, except they kind of can't find purchase because this thing's too slippery, and like Cookie kind of shrugs and starts walking behind somewhere else. Just a little bit out of range, behind someone much buffer. That's my turn.
Amazing. Okay, so that brings us to Piper. So since Tadak has gracefully volunteered to be the first victim,
you have a D8.
Oh, and then he takes the damage at the start as those teeth marks flare up.
Ah, excellent. So what damage is this?
10.
10.
What type is it? It just says it's no kind of damage. It just loses 10 hit points.
That's fine.
D10 hit points.
Cool.
Damn.
So, while I already feel very cruel already towards you, John, for taking away your 2 nat 20s, I do also remember that you have killed me several times on your channel. So, as Piper brings both pseudopods into your face and just seem to split off into tiny little pseudopods, and they start to try and envelop your eyes and your nose and your mouth. As he's going to use his Malice infusion on you, I'd like you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
Add that D8.
Thank you. Okay, so an inspired dexterity saving throw. And let's do with. Okay, so it's going to be 21.
21. Okay, so that's a success. You take half damage, which is 25 reduced to 12 acid damage.
Okay.
As you feel this searing pain throughout your entire sinus system, and as the pseudopods are unleashed, you have traces of malice that have dried up in the corners of your eyes and your nostrils and the corners of your mouth, and feel like you may have just fought off something a bit more severe. That very high save.
Curse you! Curse you right back to the abyss, you bastard!
And for the rest of the turn, he's just gonna stand there staring at Tedak, smiling. Which brings us to Patrolin.
Now, given that low is good, does that mean disadvantage is good?
Yes, it does.
Patrolin goes, I'm not sorry, and he slams his staff into the ground, and insects just sprawl out. So many insects that 30 feet within him, including, is heavily obscured.
Excellent.
Nice.
I love it so much.
Yep.
It's just millions of tiny, like, gnats.
You see for a split second, Piper's just like, "You so uncivilized."
Bonus action, I'm going to cast Healing Spirit on Tedak. Now Healing Spirit, it manifests as like this green centipede-looking thing that's just kind of twirling, but it's there. And the first time you enter it, you get healed, and then every time you start your turn in it, you get healed. And there's a number of times that I'm going to keep track of, but it's a concentration. It stays there.
Gotcha.
And
Thank
the
you.
thing I just did is a spell-like ability, not concentration. It's just 10 minutes.
Okay.
So you will take 1d6 of the healings now.
Okay. Do you roll that all the way?
I'll roll it. Okay, so it'll be 2.
Okay.
And that's one of the 5 times it can heal.
Gotcha. Tedak's is like, the power of the forest is rising up to dethrone you.
While you're just completely surrounded by locusts. Or
Just
sorry,
looks at you,
gnats.
looks at you and says, "Adorable."
That is my turn.
Okay, it brings us to Sugar.
And Cookie said that they were. Cookie said that they were hiding behind someone bigger and braver. I'm not bigger, but who do you hide behind?
That's fine. It's probably you. Like, in terms of the biggest persons over there, we got an insect cloud. There's probably a rogue gnat in Cookie's nostril that's like.
Alright, so Sugar Wrapped is gonna say, Now, Cookie, fortune favors the brave, and is going to cast Heroism. So, Sugar Wrapped, he's gonna reach behind and like pat you on the shoulder as he says it, like. And a willing creature you touch is imbued with bravery. Until the spell ends, the creature is immune to being frightened and gains temporary hit points equal to your spellcasting ability modifier, which is 2, at the start of each of its turns.
Oh, at the start of each of its turns?
Yes.
But they
So
don't-
do
they
I
wouldn't-
get that too at the start?
Yes. Well, hold on. Is immune to being frightened, gains temporary hit points equal to your spellcasting ability modifier at the start of each of its turns. No, just at the start of your turns, not now. At the start of your turn. When the spell ends, you lose any remaining temporary hit points from this spell, and it is a 1 minute spell.
Duly noted.
So I'm like, Sugar's like, Mora favors the brave and like pats Cookie on the shoulder and then goes forward closer to the creature. You said we're about 30 feet away, so I'll do 15, being cautious, but wanting to kind of distract from Tadak since he's getting got.
Okay. All right, that brings us back to the top of the round. Lucky.
Awesome. Okay. So, Lucky is going to be like to patrolling. As thanks for give me all that info about the bugs. Let me show you a card trick. And he'll grab 4 cards and like kind of shuffle them around in his hand. They all go to his sleeve, and then you look to the mage hand, and they all appear on the mage hands. And the cards start to glow a light, and the mage hand throws them as they all become magic missiles towards Piper.
Yeah. The
I would say
flavor.
that we've been watching a lot of the 1980s X-Men.
Yes.
Apps for the Gambit reference.
Exquisite.
In total, that's going to be 14 damage as all the darts hit him.
Oh boy. As the darts hit him, it draws his attention away from Tadak, and he grimaces in pain. You. Now his attention is fully locked on you. You hurt him.
Ooh. Okay. Seeing he's a little more angry at me. You know what? Yeah, I'm good to end it right there. Yeah, I'll end my turn right there.
Alright, that brings us back to Tadak.
Yeah. Okay.
Who is rolling it?
Money gets 6 ferocity, and
you start your turn in the healing, so you gain 6 HP back.
yay!
Ooh.
Nice.
Max on the roll.
Nice
3
stuff.
left in the healing.
Okay. So he's like, joke's on you. Now I don't have to look at your ugly face, and I got a better chance of hitting you all. And just lashes out blindly with the great axe.
Okay.
And that is going to be natural 1. Yeah.
Natural 1! That, my friend, is a crit.
Yes!
You did it!
Go ahead,
Count
roll.
successes.
Roll your damage.
Okay, that is nice.
I love how John was like, not a crit? Fine.
I'll make it a crit.
Okay, shitty damage then. That is gonna be 9 slashing damage with the axe.
Okay. Is that after double?
Yep, unfortunately.
Okay.
I rolled 2 dice. Is that right? It's usually 1d12, so I did 2d12. Or do you double the roll?
Or no shitty critty.
I don't actually remember. That's fine. We'll go with that. I don't remember what I used to do. It's been a few months since I ran D&D. So
Choose roll jacks.
But yeah.
It's a good kind of mash. Okay. So that's 9 slashing damage, and then he shouts out, "Manny, give him another taste of that." And Manny just lunges forward to bite again.
Okay.
With their the bite attack again. That's with 23.
23. 3. The
This
teeth
looks
just
good.
rebound off his form.
Did you have the disadvantage?
Oh, that's
Manny,
right. 'cause he's
Manny has it too. Yay!
Everyone is
that's-
heavily obscured.
Nice. 17.
17. That is the AC, so I'm gonna say
Meets
meets
it,
it, beats it.
Yay!
It's tricky when you're doing it in reverse, but yeah, meets it, beats it.
Right. Okay. Nice. So 2 to there. That is snake eyes. 5 damage.
5 damage. Okay.
To reiterate to everybody, so everybody understands, it is 30 feet of gnats. So thick that it is heavily obscured, centered on me.
That is definitely eating some of them.
That's fine. That's the circle of life. I am literally in favor of that.
It's my thing. Could you tell?
This is so good.
And I want to use my movement. You say if I step back into it, I'll get more HP. Josh?
When you start or when you move into it. So you've already gained the only amount that you'll gain this round.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you haven't
yeah,
moved at the start of your next turn. It'll reactivate.
Okay.
You'll see now as you withdraw your axe and the teeth withdraw, those cracks have remained, and Piper looks worried. That confidence is now gone, as seemingly his quirk has been figured out. Yeah, that brings us to Cookie.
Alright, I have been imbued with heroism, so I get I think I get the flash of, with all of these gnats, I get a brief image flash of smoke and embers and this faint smell of baking and a very explosive experience in my youth, and my immediate thought is to jump. So I'm going to use my bonus action to do the Luma wing flap.
Okay.
So I use my bonus action to use my powerful feathered arms to propel myself forwards, upwards a difference. So basically I'm using it to get over there as faster, because suddenly I'm I'm super confident now, as Piper's lost a bundle of confidence. And whilst I do that, I like to pull out the rapier that has been secretly a quill this entire time and just go for it. Because I'm not a combat character at all.
Perfect. The worse the better.
Oh, I would like to use the faded if I can. I rolled an 18. Can I try to get a worse roll?
Go for it.
Sweet, thank you. Damn it, it's so much better. Why are you good? But I was going to ask with that, because I'm hitting the creature, right? When it says to make a hit, is it just a strike, or does that count as I've hit it? Because I was going to use psychic blades.
Does it say specifically hit?
When you hit a creature with a weapon attack. Because I wasn't sure how you would run it with this.
Oh, that's tricky.
Right? So you can extend the use of your bardic inspiration to deal an extra 3d6 psychic damage, because it's mental damage, it's not physical, which is why I'm asking.
Since
I think you gotta go in favor
It's
of
okay.
Piper. Otherwise, it always would work, no matter what you would do.
That's fine. I'm just double checking.
Right? It's up to patch, but that's just.
I will say, given that we are pretty strapped for time,
Was I supposed to roll with disadvantage as well?
You
Yep.
were. So
Come on, be bad.
come on, get that worst
It's a
D20 out.
12!
Yeah, you did it. All right, go for it. Do all the damage.
Okay. It is...
Hey, Renji.
And then... Another 17 points, including the psychic.
17.
I think it's just a whole bunch of pigeon beaks going.
And with each pigeon beak strike, you see his form starts to crumble away. He's very much on his last legs,
You.
hanging on by a
Cool.
thread.
Bravery gone. Stopped.
Okay. So that brings us to Piper's turn. Who is, okay. Doesn't look particularly great right now.
Oh, the mimic damage.
He loses 8 wounds.
Really? Okay, so
On the hellish
as...
wound.
Alright. I will say then, as Cookie unleashes those pigeon bites, feel free to tell me how this goes down as you, in conjunction with the mimic damage, land the finishing blow. So, tell us how this happens.
Me?
Okay.
Yeah.
This is both of us, so you start.
Oh, okay. Well, this is not the sugar cookie experience expected, but it's partially sugar cookie unleashed. Oh my gosh, it's like sugar cookie and money, and in my head, it's this imbued heroism, and the psychic blades are just like. I don't know if you've ever seen a squeaky pigeon beak, but they are sharp. They're like the bottom of a knitting needle. It's like, so in my head, it's like somebody's taken an ice pick and they're just pounding into a block of ice whilst like the hellish hellfire is like lightly melting. Just lightly toasting and eviscerating and shish kebabbing, just casually.
Magnificent.
Anything you'd like to add?
Yeah, and as these wounds are just being picked into this creature, then the bite marks from before and these new wounds all start to burn with hellfire as it just comes gouting out of all of the various openings in the creature, and it just starts to burn up from within. And sorry, it's out of turn, but I just want to use Manny's ferocity here as he uses the ability "I'm you." And the mimic bumbles up into a perfect replication of Piper, and then is just laughing at him.
Oh, that's so,
Taste of your own medicine.
so psycho, I love it.
And as Piper's form collapses to the floor, you see, he starts screaming, "No! No! No!" And you see, like, as his form starts to crack more and more and more, it begins to glow. And then the wall of malice and all the malice in the room also begins to crack and glow. And after a few seconds, there is a bright explosion of light and a loud cracking sound. And as the light fades, where there was once malice, there is now dust, which seems to just fade away almost. And you look towards the throne, and you can see, getting to their feet, are 5 owl folk figures, sort of coughing and spluttering. Would anyone like to approach them?
Cookie's got like so much energy built up from heroism, still feeling bold, comes up. Would you have any words now that you've broken out of this malicious attempt for the people of Alderheart Chronicles? Just unexpectedly.
As you say this, the king grabs hold of you, pulls you close, and says,
Hi.
"What have you done?" Now we can't stop it! You fools! And sort of pushes you back and gets to his feet. And stands there and shouts, You've doomed us all! And that's where we're going to leave things for this adventure.
Yay!
So good.
Bloody royalties.
Yeah, I was thinking about what to do.
Underlines.
I'm glad.
Yes.
So, a big thank you to my wonderful players for indulging me on a Humblewood adventure, something I wanted to do for a very long time. This predates me wanting to do things like the honey heist and all that sort of stuff. This was the original thing that I wanted. So thank you very much for that, and you were all fantastic. I adore your characters, and I want fan out of them all immediately.
So fun.
Big thanks to everyone who tuned in as well. Thank you. We've been away for a while, but we're back now. No real sort of schedule as of yet, but just keep an eye on the social medias and the Discords and stuff, and there will be announcements when things are coming. Hopefully more of these, if my fellow players would be game to do so at some point. Perhaps a return to the Depths of Darktoe crew. Who knows? There is a lot on the horizon. So, thanks everybody. If anyone has anything they would like to plug before we finish up and go raiding, please feel free. The space is yours.
Whoever's first.
After you, Scott.
Oh gosh. Hi. So I mentioned it earlier. If you're no, I didn't mention it to you guys. It was before we started call. I am your local librarian at the College of Inspiration. And if you'd like to check out our fantasy noir campaign, Arc Point, that is going to be on next Sunday at 1 p.m. Australian Eastern Daylight Savings Time. I am myself a character artist. I was going to do art for everyone here, but I ran out of time. So if you'd like to support that, consider checking me out on my Twitch or over on Patreon at patreon.com/ScarletSong, where this month's character, we have decided to design a dragonborn based off Sean Connery, who's in love with themselves, and I can't wait to put the Patreon GM tier in their paces because you love me. But other than that, hi, have a wonderful day and stay inspired.
Thank you very much. John.
Yes, I am John from QuestJunkiesUK, and we have all sorts going on, but first and foremost, let me just say, it's nice to be back. As next week we will be moving into our campaigns as we head into Icewind Dale for Rime of the Frost Maiden with Josh over there, and then we'll be down in the Underdark for Out of the Abyss, and then into Barovia for Barovia and Beyond, and then we shall be back in the Feywild for Wild Beyond the Witchlight, and then it is that we'll be heading back to Deadlands and our fantastic campaign TM'd by Josh over there as we head back to Coffin Rock. And then Saturday brings us to Candle Keep Mysteries. Hope to see you there.
That filter with that background is just, I don't know, it's doing things to me.
Hey, everyone deserves a break.
That's all we.
Oxford on vacation.
Alright, so
Chilling in Animal Crossing over here.
much love to everybody. We are going to go raiding as always, so do stick around for that, and we hope to see you very, very soon. Yeah, so we'll leave it there, guys. Thanks, much love, much kindness, and we'll see you soon. See you later.
Regards.
I don't know how to end the stream.